Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Unit 1 test review. This is going to be our first test of the year, so let's make it count. Please watch as much of the video as you need. Go check out questions you're not sure about, whatever it is, but make sure you are prepared for our first test of the year. By far, I think probably the easiest test of the year too, so make the most of it, okay? All right, so number 1, compare 4/9 and 45%. All right, well, 4/9, I don't know what that is, so let's figure it out. 4 divided by 9, 4/9 is 0.44 repeating. All right, so this, figure out how to write. This is 0.444, and so on. 45% in decimal form, of course, is 0.45. So the 45 is bigger than the 44, so that means that the 4/9 is indeed smaller than the 45%. So a little less than sign there. All good. All right, number 2. Write 380% as a number greater than 1. Basically, it's quote decimal form. I'm going to put that on here. Decimal form. Quote. All right, so remember percentages. You move the decimal 2 places left. Okay. 2 places left. And that gets you your new number, which is, in this case, 3.8. So 3.8 is going to be our final answer. All right, number 3. Find the amount of the bill with a total food order of $51 and 6% sales tax and a 20% tip. So we want to calculate our 6% of $51. So $51 times 0.06. Find out what the tax is. And then also we want to find out what the tip is by taking $51 times 20%. And then adding this all up to the $51. So obviously we need a calculator for this. $51 times 0.06 and $51 times 0.20. So $3.06 for a tax and $10.20 for a tip. So $3.06 for tax, $10. Did I have? Make sure. Yeah, $10.20 for a tip. So adding it all up, you have $51 plus the tax plus the tip. So this comes out to a grand total of, let's see, 51 plus this equals $64.26. All right, very nice, very lovely. Number 4. Estimate a 20% tip on a meal that costs $26.92. So we're going to do no calculator. So we're going to step 1, round 26.92 to the nearest dollar, which is $27. Step 2, find 10% of that, which means taking the 27 and moving decimal 1 place to the left, which makes it to 0.7 or $2.70. Step 3, now we're looking for 20% tip. Keep that in mind. So we need to double 10% to find or 20%. So we're going to double 10% on this one. So we have $2.70 times 2, or just added to itself, which is going to equal $5.40 as our estimated tip amount. There you go. If 10% is $2.70, then 20% is $2.70 and $2.70 again, right? 2 10% make 20%. So 270 plus 270 gets you that 20%, which came out to $5.40. So very nice. Let's go over number 5. A camera store buys a camera for $450, marks up the price by 30%. What price does the camera sell for? So we have $450. We have to increase by 30%. So we want to know what's 30% of $450. Well, I don't know. Let's calculate it. 450 times 30%, 0.3. So that's $135. So we have to mark up the amount by 135. So we have to increase price of the camera by $135, which makes it now $585 camera. Another way to do this, alternatively, we could take the 450 and times it by 1.3. And that also will equal 585. So I'll show you that here. 450 times 1.3, 585. So that's another trick of adding 30%. You're adding the 0.30 onto 1. You're adding 30%. Number 6, find the simple interest for the loan. Okay, cool. So we have, remember, P equals, oh, sorry, I have it the wrong way around. I equals PRT. So it says find the simple interest means we're looking for I. So we have the principal, we have the rate, and we have the time. So we put all of this in together. We have 4,350 times 0.03 times 4. That's the P, that's the R, that's the T. So multiplying all these together is our formula. It should equal I. So let's see, 4,350 times 0.03 times 4. So we get $522. So I will equal $522 for our interest. Very nice. That was number 6. Number 7. What is the expected value or average of the raw data below? So in this particular problem, again, because it's not like you don't see a table like you do on 8 and 9, you can just find the average your more traditional way of finding the average. So, you know, by just adding them all up and dividing by however many numbers are there. So let's try and do that. Move this over here. All right, so we have 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 2 plus 5 plus 2 plus 7 plus 1 plus 4 plus 2. Let me just double check this. 1, 3, 5, 2, 5, 2, 7, 1, 4, 2. Looks good. And we have 10 numbers there. So I'm going to have to divide by 10. It means my average is 3.2. So let me write all the work out here. So what we did is we added them. 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 2 plus 5 plus 2 plus 7 plus 1 plus 4 plus 2. And then we divided it by 10 because there were 10 numbers. So this came out and equaled 32. And then divided by 10 equaled 3.2. All right. So number 8. What is the expected value or the weighted average of the data below? So we'll take each number, multiply it by its probability, and then add them all up. So we have 100 times 10%, which will be 0.1. And we're going to add that with 200 times 25%, or 0.25. Add it with 300 times 30%. Add that with 400 times 25. And add it with 500 times 10%. So all in all, it's a lot to type in, but we can handle this. Let's do this. We have 100 times 0.1, which is 10%, plus 200 times 0.25, plus 300 times 0.3, plus 400 times 0.25, and finally 500 times 0.1 again. All right, hopefully I didn't mistype any of that. We got 300. That makes sense. All right, so our average here was 300. It's our final answer. Very, very nice. Basically the same story with number 9. Only difference is, since we're talking about percent of grade, I'm gonna cut these off, just kind of use them as raw point values, and then take the percentages of those point values. So we'll have 40 points times the 76% of the 40 points. Then I'll have 30 points times it by the 68% of the 30 points. Then of course we need 92% of the 20 points. And finally, we need the 79% of the 10 points. So very similar to number 8. Just gotta add these all up. Let's move this over here. So we have 40 times 0.76. Add it with 30 times 0.68. Add it with 20 times 0.92. And finally, 10 times 0.79. So our average grade here is 77.1. All right, and then one more question, number 10, final question on the test. It's another parking meter question. Patrick is deciding whether or not to pay the parking meter when he's going to the movies. He knows that the parking ticket costs $30, and he estimates that there is a 70% chance that the traffic police will spot his car and write him a ticket. If he chooses to pay the meter, it will cost $6. And he will have a 0% chance of getting a ticket. How much of a risk is it to not pay the parking meter? Okay, so we'll calculate it. So we have outcome, and we have probability. So let me zoom in on this a bit so I can write it a little bit easier. Outcome, he will pay $30 if he gets a ticket, which there's a 70% chance of happening. He could instead pay $6 and not have a ticket, 0% chance of getting a ticket there. And then he could get away with it and pay nothing, not pay the meter, not pay a ticket because he didn't get caught, and there'd be a 30% chance of him not getting caught. So all in all, we have negative 30 times 70%. We're going to add it with negative 6 times 0%. And then we're going to add it with 0 times 30%. Now, I talked about this in the last study guide video we did, but negative 6 times 0 is going to be 0, and 0 times 0.3 is also going to be 0. So essentially, these two numbers are not going to be worth anything. So really, this whole thing is going to equal just whatever this first part equals, the negative 30 times 0.70, or 0.7, negative $21. So he runs the risk of averaging a $21 payment versus just a $6 payment if he paid the parking meter. So no, it's not worth the risk. Not worth the risk. Again, assume that you were to do this scenario over and over again, multiple times. If you never paid the meter and you ran the risk of getting a ticket every time, sometimes you'll get a ticket, sometimes you don't. But if you did that, you'd be averaging $21 per visit to the movie theater on, the amount of money you pay on tickets. So you could average $21 for parking by never paying the meter and always having to pay tickets. Or you can average $6 per visit to the movie theater because you just pay the meter every time. So you're going to be saving yourself money if you just pay the meter and you don't have to end up paying the tickets. So definitely not worth the risk. All right, guys, that is going to do it for the Chapter 1 test review, or the Unit 1 test review. I hope it was helpful. If you guys have any other questions, please just email me, let me know. Happy to help you. All right, so I hope you have a good rest of the day and best of luck on the test.